Good afternoon. Thanks to ISHS for inviting me to present this paper. Yeah, this is something maybe interesting to you, or maybe you maybe get scared because nothing but going back to our great-grandparents' stage, how our great-grandparents were cultivating crops before 1930s, before the discovery of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, weedicides, nematicides, fungicides, why they were more healthier than us, why they didn't have problems. So here we talk about organic, and we throw away garbage, think that it's gone, but it will come back to us in liquid form or solid form or gaseous form. And if you look at the problems, there are so many problems. When we talk about many problems, we totally forget about the two natural resources. The greatest gift of God, soil and water. There is nothing else. Even when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, he was looking for water. Without soil, there is no water. Without soil and water, no plants. No plants, no insects, no birds, no animals, no human beings. Everything is dead. So that soil is in danger now. That is where we have to look into the soil, organic field. We can see the system. This is just about USA. I'm not going through fast because the slides are going to be there on the online. You can read later. You can see the problem. Now the nitrates. First it was discovered in Eastern Europe. What was going on there? It was going on this. It was killing children, infants, nitrates, and there it started. It comes from all sides, not only even from the fertilizers, even from the organic manures. Nobody is healthier in this room. If you think you are healthy, I'm not healthy, nobody is healthy. We look at this. We have these many chemicals in our bodies. It was not there in the bodies of our great-grandparents before 1920s. It was not there. Now we are carrying all this with us. This is another problem. Almost 44,000 to 45,000 ladies get killed because of breast cancer. 500,000 people get killed because of cancer. That's 500,000, more than the total number of US Army got killed in the Second World War. So we lose that many people 1 year. And solution, only two solutions, organic farming and nutrient management. We talk about nutrient management, that is a complicated field. And here, the organic agriculture going very fast, the fastest growing sector. This is covering both the horticulture and agronomy products. And transition, people talk about transition. The biggest program in organic now, not only here, all over the world, and especially for fruit trees, converting the inorganic plant to the organic. So if you work 3 years, don't apply anything, you can convert the inorganic to organic. So this research is about that. And nutrient management, how much you apply, what source, from where, placement, subsurface, surface, or how did you spray, in liquid form or solid form, and timing, at what time. So all these are to be considered. That makes it very difficult. This is one of the best references you can get from the internet. You can learn a lot from this. And if you look at the manure, the raw manure, the beef cattle contain this much nitrogen, the dairy contains more. The chicken layers contain this much, and broiler contains more. So there are differences even within the animal species. And about the waste. So these are the two byproducts, the greatest byproducts that God gives, the animal waste and the plant waste, which our great-grandparents have been using, which we are not using now. We just throw it. In the US, 24 million tons of leaves from the yard, we clean it and keep it in front of the roadside. The corporation take away, and we pay $65 per ton. It contains all nutrients. We roughly estimated, collected all the leaves, analyzed and calculated. I prepared this, but this is from the EPA. So 25 million times 65, more than $1 billion. So we throw away $1 billion into landfills every year. The nature's gift. The nature works so hard in the cool spring, the hot summer, and the cold winter, but we throw away. And plant residue, it has great effect. There's a lot of information here. And decomposition of plant residue depends on C/N ratio. We are the only people in the US, maybe in the whole world, who have done this work, C/N ratio of 37 horticulture crops for erosion prediction models, nutrient management, and conservation planning. And we invested more than $5 million. But about that, among that one, we are doing only a part of the organic that I am presenting here. The horticulture crops, if you look at them, their CN ratio is low, except few crops like sweet corn. And corn and sweet corn, there's a difference. Sweet corn is horticulture. If the CN ratio is high, it doesn't decompose fast. Because until the carbon is finished, the microbes cannot release the nitrogen. So these are the two podcasts going on. This is my presentation by the Horticulture Society and also by the E Extension. And the benefits of plant residue, you all know. You are all scientists and graduate students. I don't have to explain. I am putting the slides in the online for more, but you have to read this. This is for those who are cultivating blueberries. If you have blueberry, make sure that you mulch it. Otherwise, the mycorrhizae cannot stand. And this is the work we have done. I am showing only one. This is Muscadine only I am showing now. So we have done this work on 37 crops. We have more than 127,000 readings, investing more than $5 million US. And the animal waste also same thing like the plant waste. That the benefits of manure almost like the animal waste. Only thing is when you put the animal plant waste alone, it won't decompose. But if you mix with the animal waste, it decomposes fast. There are reasons there because the nitrogen is released fast and there's a lot of microbes already inserted there. And here comes the how to apply the animal waste. The proper manner, the right time, and suitable amounts. And the objective of the research is to see how it changes in the heavy soil. And the cultivation of some of the horticulture crops in heavy soil when the land is flat is very difficult. And this is based on the federal regulation. I actually started my research in 2000 before the regulation came. I never knew that there was no regulation. I am originally from India. In India, people don't eat cow meat because the religion says cow is the only animal in the world that a human being can be supported by cow. So cow milk is enough for a human family to buy groceries, so they don't kill. So India has got more cattle than any other country in the world. Now India is number one in milk production, and the major source of plant nutrients in India is cow manure. India feeds 1 billion and exporting to every part of the world. There is no country in the world now without Indian grocery stores. So I thought of doing this research before the regulation, but fortunately after 1 year the regulation came. So that made this research the first research in this nation. So Muscadine I am working for the last 12 years, so I am trying to finish in 10 minutes, maybe difficult, okay? So I will go through a little fast, but the slides will be there on the internet. So if the edible portion is not touching the ground, you have to apply 90 days before. If the edible portion is touching the ground, like strawberries, you must apply 120 days before the harvest. That is the rule. And this is the soil we are working on, and this is one of the important soils in the US because it covers almost 13% of the US land. It covers 17% of the world population, supports. And if you look at the silt and clay, it covers almost 93%. It's a heavy soil. In a heavy soil, some crops, especially like blueberry, cannot grow. But we have done blueberry also here. That is one thing on the internet. It's only global podcasting going on. So the nitrogen cycle, we all studied in primary school, and we were taught. So the nitrogen, based on the nitrogen cycle, the FAO recommended to all the agronomists all over the world to use in every crop rotation one legume. But many scientists are not using it. They are trying, instead of bringing the nitrogen from the atmosphere, they are trying to put the nitrogen from the pockets. So that is what is going on. So here are the parameters. We covered all these parameters. I am not going through the whole thing. So I brought very few slides. So we put the poultry manure, then the cow manure. This is the design. And on the base of this, and there is the poultry manure and cow manure mixed, half-half, then the NPK. When you have the control, the chemical, the inorganic and organic plants, make sure that it is at least 50 feet away from the organic. At least 50 feet. So this is 60 feet away. And pine straw is a mulch we used. You see the pine straw, the CN ratio is very high. So that is why when you put the pine straw, it won't decompose because the carbon content is very high. So any mulch you apply like wood shavings, sawdust or wood chips, anything, they won't decompose because the CN ratio is very high. So this is the place, this project was established by the USDA in 1989 for studying, only to conduct studies on horticulture crops, because scientists all over the world they have done on agronomic crops, but not on horticulture crops. So that is why I say we are the only people who have done this work. So we have a lot of information. Anybody wants to get any information that will help you for your nutrient management and conservation planning. So this is our Muscadine vineyard. This is one of many of you in this area, northwest region, you may not have even eaten Muscadine. It's a grapes. It's a native of southeast region. Very sweet, more sweeter than bunch grapes because it has almost 18 to 20%, 22% sugar content, And Muscadine wine is one of the best wines. If once you drink, you will not drink any other wine. It's very tasty. Yeah. And it has an antioxidant that prevents the tumor formation in the breast, so it prevents breast cancer. So the traditional method applied is first to dry the cow manure. Any manure you apply, make sure that you dry it. If you apply liquids, the nitrogen goes fast to the system. And there is a heavy downpour, it goes all over. So always dry first before you put it. And make a basin around the plant. You can make it as big as possible. Later you can increase the size. Once you make the basin, you don't have to make again every year. Then you put the dried manure, and over the manure you put the lime. So the lime, it contains carbonate. According to Cornell University and another university in Canada, application of lime over the manure, it kills bacteria. Then you mulch it. So we mulch this one with the decomposed pine needle. The control plant I showed you should be at least 50 feet away from the organic. So we used to take soil compaction readings and all this, the soil moisture meter, this is a compaction meter. And the soil core samples we take up to 100 centimeters deep, and the pruning is done immediately after the freeze. And we take the leaf area index and percent canopy cover. This is the Geneva double curtain system. Once it is mulched, it's clean, neat. Even if there is a heavy rainfall, there is no bacteria, nothing comes out. These are bunch grapes. These are Muscadine grapes. And 1 acre you can get almost 10,000 pounds. And usually the national average is 40 pounds. See, it has 40 kilograms. The organic has gone very high yield. It has medicinal properties, and this is the most important thing. Muscadine price was formerly less than $2 per pound in Walmart, the cheapest grocery store. Now, after this discovery, the price is $3.72 for 1.3 pounds. It prevents breast cancer. I don't want to say breast cancer, I say cancer cells it prevents. And if you look at the moisture and all this, the moisture is high in the mulched pine. Wherever pine needle is put, you see the moisture is higher, even though it is not significant. You can see the soil compaction is low, and in the control, the compaction is high. And the canopy cover percentage also, you can see it is high, even though they are not significantly different, but it is high here for the treated plants. And the fruit length, there was no difference there. There is no difference, almost same. And if the nitrates, this is done in 2001 we started, So this is the one I am doing, the beginning one. And the NPK, it was very high control. If you look at the nitrogen. And if you look at the yield in 2001, the poultry manure was giving trouble to the plants. See, one of the areas the plant physiologists can see. And the crop was not accepting. And later on 2012, when it comes to 2001, look at this. The organic matter content, it goes very high. The organic matter of this soil is only usually 1. And soil compaction, stem diameter, there is not much significance. Nitrates, not going high. But when you come to the phosphorus, it goes high. After 10 years, we noticed. Until 2008, it was not there. Now, if you look at the yield of 2001 and 2010, look, the yield has gone very high. But the control is pushed back. The first thing, the control was here in the 3rd position. Now the control has gone down. So NPK is totally down. The organic matter takes over after so many years. So this is one thing I want to show you. Something I took this picture just this Friday before I started from there. And we having harvesting from this area almost 3,000 pounds until 2010. Last year I got only 2 pounds. And the plant started producing adventitious roots. We never have seen this root. Maybe the climate change. And plant did not produce anything. From some plants I got 1 fruit or 2 fruits. So total I got 2 pounds from half acre of plants. That shows the climate change. I just brought this picture to show you. I snapped this picture on last Friday. So the fruit analysis, then I will show you this, everything I showed you. Then the results show that the controlled application of manure, it can be applied in these fields. But it should be controlled. That's why I highlighted in the red. Don't spray it. Don't liquid spray. No, put it in the controlled application. It can be done. So we used to conduct field days. We get a lot of people, and it goes on very well. And every last Thursday of August we have a field day. You get people from many farmers applying this method now. So this is the reference. You can use it. You can learn a lot. These are USDA publications are there. Comprehensive nutrient management. So if you have any question, I am sure you'll have questions. You can ask me, because this is our grandparents' method. We don't know, but we have been using traditionally. It is going on Taiwan, Indonesia, China, many countries it is used. But here is something new. But if you apply it, it succeeds. You can do it. Pardon?
Are there growers in your region experiencing
Yeah,
adaptations?
they are practicing now. There are a lot of people using them. Because I have so many other slides. You can see the same topic in the use days advertising. You can see they are using it now. It is going, yield is going higher. We are using even the manure for more making promise instead of buying peat moss.
The question was, are other growers noticing this new phenomenon of the adventitious roots, right?
Adventitious root. No, that one I told you.
What you asked?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are going to have the field day coming up. August, last Thursday, every August, last Thursday, we have the field day. So the picture I showed you was recorded in 2010. So 2011, last year, I didn't bring the farmers. If they see this, they will get scared, they will not cultivate the crop. So I didn't bring them last year. So this time the fruit is coming up, not plenty, but I am going to show them this is climate change. So we destroyed the whole world. We have been practicing all inorganic methods. So climate change, when people talk about climate change, who destroyed? We destroyed. We totally forgot about our own great-grandchildren. Our grandchildren will come after 100 years. We won't be alive. When they come by the time, they will not find any place without pollution. So the climate change is a big problem. It's going to be very, very difficult to bring it back.
Any other questions?